Well, let's say you want to make some beautiful stylized QR codes. Some a lot like what we might find here on my Twitter. Some of these beautiful guys. I got happy birthday message for somebody. Or, in this case, if you're watching this, I want people to guess the source of this one. It's a famous album cover from the 20th century, probably in the top 20 most popular albums of that century. Some stylized landscapes, or if you just want to make some anime waifu QR codes, all of which scan, by the way. Well, maybe not so much that one. That one does. What's going on here? Twitter downsamples some of these when you do upload them. It might have worked. Ah, that black border. Okay, well that one doesn't work. But you get the point. Let's make some that do work using stable diffusion. And well, what I'm using to help me get through this process is this stable diffusion web UI. You install it just with this bash script here. Yeah, run some random code on your computer, go for it. But this should just install all the Python 3 prerequisites and set up a simple, and also optimize it for your GPU, and then allow you to run this UI. Additionally, the main stable diffusion model being used in this example is this Dream Shaper 6 baked bay safe tensors. It's about 6 gigs. Whatever. I don't know shit about this, but I've seen another example where somebody was using this, and I don't know, it's pretty wild that you can run these things on your local machine. And for the control net models, I'm particularly using this brightness one. Yeah, odd. I don't know why that one works in particular. There's plenty more things to try out and to swap out and see what kind of different results you get, as well as you'll want to add this extension, which is what allows you to then have this panel on the main web UI. And you would add all these extensions going to the install from URL, throw these GitHub links into here, and restart or reload the UI. So we want to do an anime waifu hunched over, frustrated at a computer desk, and we're trying to mix it with a QR code. So I've used this thing to generate a QR code of a short link, and I guess it's no longer here, but let's say you have your link in here. You're going to want to pull open the settings and basically crank up the error correction as much as possible, because we need to add redundancy into the information in our data. So there's there's a lot of things to optimize. You're going to want your link as short as possible. The more data in here, the more complicated your QR code is. And then when we use stable diffusion to overlay a text prompt or another image to image, for example, it's going to have more opportunities to fuck up. And hence you want to keep your code as short as possible, as well as the error correction as high as possible. So I made a QR code of the YouTube channel link, and it's sent through a URL shortener. So this is something reasonably normal, I guess, for length. So there's kind of two different major parameters we're going to be playing with, and one is the control weight on the in painting, as well as the CFG on this stable diffusion. And the CFG basically how much to weight the, not weight, but use the text prompt in the gradients of this. I actually had a good, helpful response. It's something I need to read a little bit more about, but the difference between CFG scale versus control weight, they both ultimately kind of superficially do the same thing. It's how much you're going to weigh the text prompt versus your actual QR code image, but there's a little bit more specifics as to how they actually work. CFG stands for the controlled weighting gradients, refers to a scaling factor applied to the gradients during the optimization process, whereas the control weight is just I guess it's another parameter. Determines the relative importance of the control variable in the algorithm. Okay, so more of this, you're going to get more QR code. More of this, you're going to get more text prompt in your thing. So again, as we introduce more artifacts into the QR code, obviously having more error correction is going to be helpful, but yeah, this is our trade-off. And obviously you get past the threshold of 50-50 on the control weight, then your QR code doesn't quite resemble your prompt so much. But you can introduce more CFG scale insofar as you introduce more control weight. Now, just due to the random nature of error, you can keep the control weight down, and you will find some examples that work, and it's somewhat of a stochastic process. As the infilling algorithm comes in here and stably diffuses this shit, it's going to make errors, and sometimes the errors will work in your favor and sometimes they won't. And I am not an information theory expert, but that would be kind of cool to show how many trials you would expect to perform given the information content in this QR code. So yeah, we're trying to generate a anime waifu hunched over, frustrated at a computer desk, and with any luck this will actually work. But again, the control weight being this low and the stylization, so this is not going to work. It looks amazing, but it's not going to work. Yeah. So we can do a couple of things. We can reduce this or increase the control weight. Let's do that a little bit. .55. So yeah, this is probably going to work. It looks much more like a QR code than it does an image, but we might have some cool waifu effect in there still yet. And this one does not scan either. Okay. So, we can drop this a little bit more. I don't want to raise the control weight much more, because it becomes a little too becomes a little too QR code literal and less text prompt literal, of obviously. Um, but it becomes too obvious that it's just a QR code, and I mean, it looks cool. You get like these cool, like impressionistic kind of blotches and whatnot, but we must maintain the integrity of our frustrated IT waifu. And this one's probably gonna work here. Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's pretty neat, but it's starting to lose. It's pretty crazy that that one did work. So let's drop the control weight one more here. Or sorry, by 0.05. And again, yeah, my laptop is nothing special. I think it's a 4 gig NVIDIA card in there. And I'm able to record this video and run this locally. But it's just a single layer, this control net. You can add multiple layers and go nuts. But the most simplest way I found to do this is what I'm showing you here. So hopefully this gets you started exploring this interesting field of stable diffusion, because I'm certainly got some reading to do myself. Oh, that is so close. That is so close. That is so close. Oh gosh, it doesn't work though. Let's try one more. Let's drop this by 0.5. I suppose one thing is we could also just try the image to image, and sure we can find some success with that. What we would do is just generate a text to image and then copy paste that one and put that in the image to image. But I'm getting tired, I guess. So let's just leave it at that. And that's how you can use short URLs and QR codes and a text to image prompt to make a stylized QR code. Hope you enjoy. For more of this content, be sure to like and subscribe. I might post once in a blue moon, but hopefully it's always interesting. Take care. Peace.